Hey guys, David, BAC V. Hey, welcome back, part 2. I messed up, cut you short on part 1, but this is where I was at here. So again, Switchmaster, this is a micro switch, and I just added it, real simple. So I throw the switch, and it throws the points, and it also bumps into that micro switch, and I'll show you what it controls. Actually set up for my signals. So there's my signal. So when I throw that switch, I got a handful of these where it's tied to the signal, just like the railroad. You open up a switch and a mainline track that's signaled, protecting a block. That'll drop the signal when I throw the switch again. So I kind of have it set up like that. Well, this Peco switch, it's a little hidden, but you can see what I did here is I used a little heavier wire, and it throws over okay. And I don't recommend, I see where people, they take out the springs, kind of get that snap action, but I prefer that. I think you're going to, it kind of snaps over and locks in place. I think you get a better electrical contact. But some people take it out. I'm assuming they take it out just so the points go over smoother, look smoother. I would guess, but yeah, to each your own. So back to Melrose. This is everything I got here laid out. All the stuff that comes with the Switchmaster, minus the wire. Again, I use the heavier gauge wire. This is just a little thinner than 1/8 of an inch, and that way I can use a 1/8 drill bit. So I'm gonna drill a hole here. And I've already got it marked on my layout. Okay, so I got that metal throw rod in. And take the switch out. What I do is I just make that rod just a little bit longer than this plastic, whatever, switch rod. And just bend this thing over. Being careful not to break the thing. That way I don't have to take up the switch. But yeah, I got the wire in. I got to get underneath and just bend that wire and screw this bad boy Switchmaster in. Yeah, so I'm all upside down here, so there's the rod coming out. I'll just bend this sucker up, and I'll bend it up tight against that plywood too, my first bend. That way it keeps tight up there. My drill with my little screwdriver extension bit makes life easier. Just get under there and zap that up. I got that puppy in, and I remembered I pre-wired, well, I brought in telephone wire, 4 wires. That's for my crossover that I showed you on top, but I've got extra wires sitting right here, so this goes right straight to my switch 8 NC switch 8, so I can just tie it right into that with about 1.5 feet wire and go over there. What just dawned on me, another technique for my Peco switches and my Tortoise machines here. I use a stronger wire. It comes with this really thin wire. But if you use a heavier gauge wire, you're going to get a better throw, a much smoother throw than, these will cause it to really snap over versus kind of moving those points over slowly. But I use this wire for like my Atlas switches. I think that's what I've got in there. It's a lighter wire poking right through the middle there. But yeah, heavier wire for certain switches too. That works. Underneath my layout, I got a few of these things, these switch 8s. I already had it pre-wired to number 8. That furthest 2 pins way off to the right side. So we're ready to roll. See how this thing works. Okay, guys, yeah, it wasn't too painful at all. The switch for you so you guys can see it. You can see I just put a little fiber ground cover right over that thing to kind of hide a little bit. And yeah, that's it. Pretty simple to do. And the nice thing about Switchmasters is, yeah, they're a little more flexible as far as location. You can work around things underneath the layout versus the Tortoise. You're kind of at a fixed point as far as its installation. One other thing that's kind of funny, anytime I hook these darn things up, it seems like you have a 50-50 chance on whether or not you wired it correctly or got it backwards. But this time, I actually got it correct. The normal is normal, and the reverse is reverse. And that's like, for me, that hardly ever happens. I always mess up and get it backwards. You know, one other thing about the Tortoise is I know I was looking at maybe buying some more. I get them in bulk. I'll buy 12. And 12, I looked it up. I go through Model Train stuff. Little plug for those guys back east. But they're $200 for that. And I prefer using the Tortoise, not the Smales, Tortoise Smales, which have the decoder in them, because I think they're more cost effective if you go Switch 8, especially for crossovers. I talked to NCE about the use of the Switch 8, and that's where you can really save if you're using it for a crossover, because they can power 2 Tortoises or 2 Switchmasters. They've got enough current to do that. I don't think you can exceed that. But so if you got 8 spots, you can actually have 16 Tortoise switch motors just using the Switch 8. So that they're really handy for crossovers. I definitely recommend going that route. And the only drawback is Smales are great because you can just tap right into your bus pretty much. It's real convenient. So with the Switch 8, you might have to run some longer wires, but yeah. Anyways, you guys can't think of anything else. You guys take care. Have a great day. And thanks for watching my tips, anyways, on things I've done with my Switchmasters and Tortoises. You guys take care, especially all you subscribers too. Thank you much.